Hello everyone and welcome to Medcity's Secret Mantra to OET. This is a new series of videos that we are planning here at Medcity, and it's particularly to help all the OET aspirants out there who are trying to learn completely on your own, probably with the help of a trainer, maybe attached to an institute, whatever the reason be. But if you're looking out for attending the OET, the series of videos that we've planned will definitely help you reach your goal. So in this series, which we've given under the brand name Medcity's Secret Mantra to OET, you will come across videos for all the modules. So you'll have video lessons on writing, listening, reading, speaking, all the tiny aspects of it. You guys are free to comment on this video and you can let us know what different things you're looking out for, and we'll definitely try and include that in our upcoming videos. We already have a plan that we'll be following in the next couple of days and weeks, and you will find regular videos under this particular brand name, which is Medcity's Secret Mantra to OET. So we sincerely hope that these videos help you, at least give you a good idea of what the OET is all about, and for those who've tried their luck once, help them clear the test watching these video lessons. So let's get straight to today's lesson, and that is the secret mantra to perfect body paragraphs. So is there a perfect body paragraph when it comes to OET writing? Because that is our point of discussion today. Well, by the end of the video, you'll understand yes, there is, and no matter what profession you fall under, any 12 that the OET accepts, you can definitely try and incorporate this secret mantra or structure that we discuss in a paragraph. So whatever paragraph be it, you can try and include these aspects into your body paragraphs. So let's get straight to the video. So like you can see on screen, this is definitely going to be a takeaway for you and will help you come up with writing the body paragraphs when it comes to OET letter writing. Now we know that there are 12 different professions, and these professionals can take up the OET, though the questions that you need to write, as in the case notes that you will receive, will all be different, and it is based on or specific to your profession. A paragraph that you end up writing can have similar aspects to it. So what are these elements that you need to include in a paragraph? That's what we will discuss in this particular video. Okay, wow, let's look at this. So you might be wondering, what is the sandwich doing in an OET lesson? Well, it has a connection to OET. It's quite appetizing and delectable. So what is hidden in this succulent sandwich that we can see on screen? Well, we're going to learn or describe this a bit. So let's describe the sandwich, and I'm sure you'll get an idea once we start or enter into the description part of it as to what the connection is with the sandwich to OET writing. Now there are different layers to the sandwich, right? The topmost layer that you see is the bread. Now you can see this is some kind of probably toasted or grilled bread slice that you can see. You can also see a bread layer at the bottom. Now what do we have in between the two layers of bread? Well, there are a lot of interesting fillings in this. We can see, let's say, mayonnaise, we can see cheese, probably we can see sauce. We can make out vegetables, right? So we can see lettuce, then we can see tomatoes, we can see onion rings. So what is the role that these fillings play? And is there a reason for this particular order? What if I have 2 layers or 2 slices of bread at the bottom and then the fillings come on the top? Will it still be a sandwich? Well, no. And what if I have, let's say, 1 layer of bread at the bottom, the other layer of bread on the top, and then I have all the vegetables here, which is the lettuce, the onion, the tomatoes, and then I have mayonnaise, sauce and cheese on the top. Will this still be considered a sandwich? Well, the answer to both is a big no. So what is the reason for this particular order of things that appear in a sandwich? Like you can see on the top we have probably this is mayonnaise, then we have a layer of lettuce, then we have probably cheese, then we have in between onion rings, then we have a lettuce at the bottom. So why do we have these many layers? Now the role of the mayonnaise, cheese and sauce is to hold the other vegetables together. So the onion rings, the lettuce and the tomatoes are held closely with these agents, right? And if you look at the bread, definitely that is also an attractive factor of the sandwich. Now you might be wondering why. Now if I show you this image, is this as appetizing and delectable as the previous sandwich? Would you still want to buy and eat this? No. You can see the bread slice is burnt and it isn't appetizing at all. So that is a reason why I say the bread slice itself has a lot of importance to it. And in most cases, whenever we purchase or buy a sandwich from a counter, we mostly look at the bread slice, and on how attractive the bread slice is, we decide on which sandwich to buy. Definitely, we wouldn't want any of our sandwiches to look this burnt. Okay, now let me take you to the connection between the sandwich and the OET letter writing. So we have the bread slice here, which has to be as attractive as the filling of a sandwich. Then we have the mayonnaise, so let's say mayo or the sauce, and then we have a layer of veggies. Okay, so this is how the order follows, right? Then there is another layer of cheese probably, and then another layer of veggies. Okay, so technically in your OET paragraphs, the bread slice can be called as the topic sentence. So for any paragraph that you have, you need to begin with a topic sentence, which is the bread slice. Then you have, let's say, the veggies, okay, which is the main fillings of the sandwich, and these become your supporting sentences in a body paragraph. So what role does the mayo, the sauce and the cheese play? Well, the cheese, the mayo and the sauce are nothing else but signal words or words that will help you link or connect different ideas together. So only if you have a good mix of signal words and supporting sentences will your topic sentence also make sense. Now remember, the topic sentence that we have is the main idea of the paragraph. Okay, so this is the central theme. So it's with a sentence like this that we begin, and by reading the first sentence of a paragraph, we get a good idea of what is to be expected in that paragraph. So it has to be attractive, just like our bread slice. Now the supporting sentences are the details we give in a paragraph, okay, and the signal words help connect the different ideas. So now you know what is the big connection between a very mouth-watering sandwich with perfect layers to OET letter writing paragraphs. They are closely connected. These are the three important elements that you can include in a paragraph to ensure that your writing is crisp, that it is well organized, and it is easy for the reader to go through the letter. So let's have a look at what these linking words are, and then we will closely watch some of the official samples of OET letters, and we'll try and identify these three elements in those paragraphs. So what are the different linking words that we are looking out for? They are words that will express time. For example, if I use a phrase like on review today, that gives the time frame, right? So I know when that action happened. So this can be used in a letter. So if I say recently, okay, again this shows that I am talking about something that happened quite near. It's not in the distant past. It's something that happened probably a couple of days ahead or a couple of weeks ahead. Now if I write it as over the past 3 weeks, then again this denotes time because I am saying exactly when this happened or this was first noticed. So these are certain linking words that will help you denote time. Or of course you can also mention the date, which is another possibility. So what are the linking words that will help you denote location, as in where it happened, where did the action happen? So if I have something like initial examination at the community center. Initial examination at the community center revealed, which clearly mentions where the examination happened, right? So that gives or that denotes location. Or if I write as during hospitalization, this is also another possible linking word that I can use. Now if I have to add more information to it, to whatever I have written, the details, what kind of linking words can I use? Well, I can use in addition, okay, that means there is something more to what I have just mentioned. Or probably I can say also, which is accepted, and then I can say probably apart from this. Alright, so well, these are some linking words that I can use to convey the idea that I am adding on extra information. What about if I have to show a contrast in the information, some contrasting or contradicting idea? Then what kind of linking word can I use? Well, I can use words like however, yeah, I can use despite, or probably I can also use although. Now there will be instances when you are going to mention the result of an action, it could be the result of an examination, the result of a test, the result of any investigation, so result of some action. So then I can use these words. I can say therefore, or I can say as a result, or probably I can say for this reason. For this reason. What about if I have to emphasize certain things? If I need to stress on certain factors in my letter, maybe I can use phrases like please note, so I am stressing on it, or I can probably write it as what concerns the most, what concerns the most is. Okay. What if it's a phrase that will convey the main subject or the topic of that particular paragraph? What phrase can I use then? Well, probably I can say with regard to her medication, with regard to her medication, and then I continue. So it's clear that I'm going to talk about the medicines that she has. Or probably I can say in terms of her social history. Yeah. So these are certain phrases I can definitely use in my paragraph to begin probably a topic sentence. What if I have to give advice in my letter, or probably some kind of suggestion or recommendation? Then maybe I can use phrases like it is important to, you can say it is important to adhere to the strict diet to ensure a quick recovery. Or I can say I recommend that, okay, I recommend that, or I can probably also say please ensure that, or kindly ensure that, please ensure that. And finally, if I have to show chronology, exactly the word I use, finally, probably now these are not, let's say, I can say these are less commonly used phrases. Mostly when I give the chronology of certain things that happened, I might begin with words like initially or during initial examination, okay, and then I don't have the different stages, like I don't have to really say secondly, thirdly, probably I use words like next, or then I say later, or I can say followed by this, okay. So basically we don't give too many details whenever we mention chronology. So we don't have to mention each and every step that happened, we mostly summarize it. So maybe I begin with initially, then I use later and followed by this. Well, these are definitely some of the useful phrases that you can use to help you link or connect the different ideas that you're going to write in a body paragraph. And remember, these linking words act as the mayonnaise, the sauce, or the cheese, layer of cheese in your sandwich. So it helps you connect and hold different ideas together. So there is a logical organization in the different ideas, or there is a sequence in the ideas that you write. So that's how these linking words will definitely help you. Now let's examine certain samples and try and identify these three elements that we've discussed today, which are the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the linking words. So let's have a look at certain official OET sample letters and try and find these out. Now this is a paragraph, probably, yes, if I remember, this is a sample from the letter of a pharmacist, okay, and you can see this is the purpose paragraph. Okay. So, I can assure you that it is safe for you to travel with diabetes as long as you take certain precautions. Now, these phrases that you can see in the subsequent paragraphs, like at airport security. So, this shows what the paragraph is about, right. So, this becomes the first sentence becomes the topic sentence. You know that this paragraph is about the different activities that you need to ensure or be careful about at the airport. This also acts as a linking word because it shows the location, right. You are not required to, but should be prepared to. However, you remember these linking words that we had a look at, and these sentences that you have, sentence 1, sentence 2 and sentence 3. These are your supporting sentences. So, it supports the main idea, which is the topic sentence. Similarly, the following paragraph for the flight. So, we know that what this particular first sentence clearly mentions the idea about what you need to be careful about at the flight or in the flight, and then you have the paragraph developed to help you identify with the main theme of that particular paragraph. Okay. All right. This is one example. So, now let us examine another one. Okay. So, probably this is a letter, maybe a doctor, whatever. Okay. So, that really does not matter. What I am trying to express is whatever the profession be, these three elements of the concepts of writing a paragraph remains fairly more or less the same. At his first visit on, Mr. White was obese. Okay, so with a body mass. So, we have an idea about it. This is about his initial condition. Okay. So, then you have words like phrases like as you may be aware, was diagnosed after diabetes due to his excess weight. So, you have a particular way of writing a paragraph. On review today. Okay, so, we know this is about the recent developments. Now, if we examine another paragraph, well, this has to be a letter that a nurse is writing. So, it says Jake first presented with hair loss when he was 13. So, we know this is the history probably of the patient. Okay. So, then you have certain things that we discussed where, okay, let us find it out in the paragraph. In the last year, that shows time. Okay. So, over the recent school exam period. Okay. I would greatly appreciate. So, you can see how linking words are used, how topic sentences are clear about what each paragraph is, and not too many ideas are presented in a single paragraph, which is a very good approach that you can have to a letter. Again, this is another example. So, you can see how the purpose is also different. Yeah, it is not written in a particular format or structure. Please be highly flexible and be ready to write any kind of sentences depending on the need of the question. Okay. So, again you will be able to identify phrases here, however, the occasion, contrary. Okay. Okay. Choose time. So, by examining these samples, we have a good idea of, yes, that the elements we discussed is true for any paragraph. And keep in mind, it is not necessary that you have to include all of it in every paragraph, but definitely linking words will be there in most of the paragraphs. You cannot avoid linking words because that helps you connect the different ideas. But sometimes you might want to include two different ideas in a single paragraph, in which case you might not have a clear topic sentence because it does discuss two different ideas in the same paragraph. But it is mostly suggested that you stick to a single idea in a single paragraph. Again, that depends on the need of the hour, the question, who you are, who you're writing to, what is the case note, what is the case, the condition of the patient. All of this helps you decide how exactly you need to structure or go ahead with writing a letter. But I hope by the end of this video, you have a fair idea of how you can probably have a proper organization or a structuring or a sequencing of your paragraphs. So like I said, do not forget to comment as to what you're expecting or looking out for. What are the different aspects of OET that you would like us to discuss here at Medcity through our brand new video series, which is Medcity's Secret Mantra to OET. Thank you for watching this video, and do watch out our space for all our upcoming videos to help you learn OET and succeed with your required scores.